money she got from viewers that don't know what's going on, and they're just there to try to help somebody that they think is in need. She would often be seen on live stream making ridiculous claims, like this one where she claimed that she worked at a treatment facility for addicts, given she's an addict herself.
Miss Melanie K, I work at it's a treatment facility for addicts. I went to school to be a counselor, because I have a lot of addiction in my family and I wanted to help. So pretty much I don't dispense the medication or anything like that, but I do if once a month they have to see their counselor for an hour, and I have about 50 people on my caseload.
That's just one example, but we'll get into the others throughout the video. Some of the techniques that she would use in order to get people to donate would be constantly crying, appearing distressed in order to manipulate viewers into sending her money. And she wouldn't just ask for like a whole bunch of money at once. She would ask for small amounts, like $5. She would keep doing this all throughout the day during her streams, and that $5 quickly adds up to, say, $50 or $100.
Like I said, I got $12. I'm not good at math. I don't even know what's left. I need 50. I need 50. That's what I need.
And when she's not asking for money, she's extremely aggressive to viewers and has a sense of entitlement.
Answer back and send anything for me to eat. Now I'm offering the fucking rain. That's so great. That's so great. That's so great. I'm about to leave my real quick. 8:30 at night. Trying to eat all day, my third live. I have Chime, L. Richard with a 5 at the end. PayPal too. You know what? Hold on a minute. You guys know it. The Lisa Boo with the 5 9s. You guys know what it is. The Chime is important. Nobody ever sends it the Chime. When they do, hold on a minute. Like they're for calling out names, or what's the deal here?
Imagine getting so upset at your viewers for not sending money or sending money but not setting enough money and threaten to dox them, basically calling out their full name on live.
I sent requests on Chime earlier and said, please, I want to eat something. It was like dinner time. And people just around, dude. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
She's sitting there getting mad because people aren't sending her money because it's almost dinner time and she's got to eat and messing around. But she couldn't get a job. Between editing, filming, researching, and trying to live an actual life, I don't have time to know that. And that's why I've been using Factor. And honestly, it's been a game changer. Factor,
if I join the Venmo Stash, there would be sign. Venmo launched a rewards program called Venmo Stash, where you can get cash back on your favorite things. And the more you do,
there was times when Lisa also went on live extremely high, and her eyes would be rolling in the back of her head, eyes dilated. It did not look good.
friends and family only, please. List AM with 3 S's, 3. PMISSS. Friends and family, when you send, please. So I do family, when you send, please. If you can help.
Lisa's sister will go on to make a video showing Lisa's addiction and her passed out using illegal substances and showing people that this is what they were supporting and enabling.
This is what you guys are supporting. Do you see this? Do you see the way that she is absolutely passed out? When I walked up those steps, I honestly thought that she was no longer with us. I tried to wake her several times, and all I got was a bunch of mumbling, and she couldn't even wake up and actually acknowledge that I was there. So this right here is what you guys are supporting when you are sending her money or making excuses for her.
So if you didn't believe before that she was using this money for that stuff, then now you have irrefutable evidence. One person would leave a comment on one of her live stream videos that was uploaded saying, I did an experiment and sent her delivery of just basic cheap food. I have the receipt of it and the screenshot of the driver that delivered it. It was for Lisa at her door to confirm. The food should have lasted a week. I asked her if she got the food delivery. I was muted. This is definitely about getting money. During a live stream with a group of people, and one of them seemed to be Lisa's friend, Lisa admits to having an ancient addiction after losing custody of Abby.
So they took Abby from 8, they put me right on methadone, and I'm on that ever since.
And according to a Reddit post, a Reddit user alleges that Lisa's sister said she got pregnant for the only purpose of staying on methadone. Lisa has a black soul. She is never going to rehab because she likes to get high far too much. Ronnie and Lisa got pregnant with her sons for the sole purpose of staying on methadone. Imagine being her sons, knowing she only wanted them so she could continue to get high on methadone. And if that is true, that really lets you know the lengths she's willing to go to in order to just get high. Lisa is no stranger to the police because the viewers have called the police multiple times just to check up on her. That's how serious things get sometimes.
Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Okay. You know, friend called to confirm a bunch of this. It's not a friend, it's an idiot from the internet. Okay. Okay. You want us to go and check all the insurance? Okay. I'm sorry to get upset. It's just, you guys come all the time, man. That's not your fault. But I'm here, like, doing nothing. That's what you have to understand. Sometimes people see stuff even on the internet. You know, they might perceive it so I'm going to harm themselves. They want to do the right thing and have it checked out on first. It's fine. It's all okay. Okay, so you're fine. It's all good. Just somehow maybe watch what you're supposed to. I don't know what I'm doing. No, don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine. That's that. Okay, doesn't bother us to take 5 minutes over to drop off. Thank you so much. Bye.
She's also overdosed on stream, requiring the police and ambulance to show up because she was on stream foaming off the mouth. And I'm not going to show that video here because I think we described it if it was enough. But one police officer can be heard saying, "I've never seen this many roaches and bugs in my life." And they also have put in a request for animal control because she has one cat and one dog, and we'll talk about what happened with that at the end of the video. Despite Lisa's been trying to help her get clean, she refuses any treatment. Lisa's sister Jess attempted to get Lisa into rehab last year around August, but she wouldn't go. And Lisa wasn't looking too bad in this video. She looked like she had been cleaned and looked like she was starting to become a little healthier again.
I want to say thank you everybody for the well wishes and the prayers. I am okay. I actually feel better than I have in a long time. Like I said, I'm not asking for any money.
Eventually, Jess gave up helping Lisa because, as some of you may know, it can be very difficult and taxing helping somebody with an addiction, especially if they don't want the help.
I was on this app for over a week, and I came back on yesterday. And wow, I learned a lot about myself. I think that's the thing, how I felt about a lot of things that I never said or did. I'm sorry if you guys believe her, but I don't know how this son yet again keeps bad on me. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't know she was on here asking for shit. Because again, I wasn't on here. But again, I'm a bad guy. Really is. Why would I post an update when the last time I posted an update, you jumped down my throat and up my ass at the same time? You didn't believe a word I had to say. And talk shit the whole time. Like, hello? The original plan for rehab has changed several times. She was originally supposed to go Monday at following Monday after we got out of the 302 cold. That moved to the following Wednesday, which is just Wednesday of this week. That changed to Friday. And then today. And then yesterday I found out that today wasn't a thing. If I was taking her today, I would have had to pick her up at like 3:30, 4 in the morning. And that wasn't that didn't happen. I don't know why she's saying she's going to May 11th or how she's going or the last I heard she said she was going Monday. She's going to take me right now because I can't take her. And that's as much as I know. So I don't know what she's doing today. But I can tell you what I'm doing today. Or what I'm not doing today. And I'm not driving her anywhere. I'm not taking her anything. And I'm certainly not going to apologize for something that I didn't do. So this commenter here, he says that I need to apologize because Lisa never had any plans to go Friday. We did have plans to go today. What happened to those plans exactly? I don't know. And I don't think any of us will ever know. I don't know if it was just one of her little go-do situations. Not sure.
story that she was using my name to send money. I don't know why anybody would believe that. I have been screaming on this app for years not to send her money. People have asked me if they could send me money directly, and I said no. So why would you send money to her? If you were dumb enough to send her money for whatever reason, that's your own stupid fault. I have been saying over and over and over and over and over and over, do not send her money.
But Lisa would continue to claim that she needs money for rehab, even though she's never attempted. She would keep promising to go to rehab, but never does.
You know, are you going tonight? Honestly, or yeah. Okay, all right.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10:30. I will. I can't. I can't. I just didn't want to watch. I don't even want to do it now, but I have to.
Couldn't afford traditional marriage, so she answered a few questions on hulle.com to match the right pair.
One thing that Lisa seems to be particularly proud of is being a good manipulator, saying that she completed serious prison time because she was so good at it.
And yeah. You know, I'm a good manipulator. I use my charm and what I've learned to manipulate.
Opposite of what he needs, he needs to be away from his mother as much as he can. I would think, why would you want to be near somebody that's as toxic as she is? And on top of that, he probably isn't gaining any more friends now because he's homeschooled. Just an overall really bad environment to be growing up in.
My son's scared to death to stay here. He can't play outside. He can't go to school. Why no school? Because none of them know how to act. My son was playing basketball and he got punched in the face. He doesn't go to school. He goes to online school. Yes, I can pay for Wi-Fi. I have to. Yes, go to school.
As of now, Lisa does not have custody of her children. Thank God. I'm glad they got out of there, and I hope they somehow can learn to process everything that has happened in a healthy way. Lisa claims some video that was posted like a year ago, possibly one of the videos that shows that she was using inappropriate substances.
I nodded off whatever about a year and a half ago now. Okay? Alright, love you. Alright, love you, bye. Bye.
Situations like this are always the worst because when you talk to people that have these addictions, it's really hard to get through to them. And for whatever reason, they always think that they can just perfectly lie and get away with everything. They don't think that people are thinking that they're lying. They just think that they can just say this and everybody believes them. And I don't know the science behind this stuff. I'm sure a lot of you do. But from my perspective, it creates this illusion of supreme confidence. And they feel like they can just say anything and anybody will believe them no matter what. Even though visibly you can see that clearly they are not. So, but the stuff they're taking has altered the reality to make it seem like that they are. So one person would leave a comment saying, "Oh my God, that's so sad. Her daughter feels this way. It's that scared and worried, and this doesn't make her go to rehab." I don't think anything will. That breaks my heart for Abby and Jace. She's pushed her children to the point where they're never going to have a normal life. You can expect love or care from your children who never receive it. But the fact that Abby is reaching out still and still showing a little bit of love that she cares, I think that shows good character on her part. But it is important to be careful in these situations because you don't set boundaries, you can easily, disrupt your life and create a toxic life for yourself. Even though that is extremely hard to do, especially when it comes to parents, because you want your parents to love. That's just natural.
You never get on here and tell them how much I've done for you, or just all of it. Why would you go on here and say this? That's what you don't understand. There could be lives like that. There could be lives where we just talk and things like that. But every time you get on here or it becomes a big thing, it's either like you're on there crying, begging for money, or it's like there's like 37 people involved and it's police intervention time. We could get on and just be like at the park, chilling, talking, doing things. But no, it's always one or the other. It's a rinse and repeat cycle, like I said.
Now let's talk about animal neglect. Lisa live stream one day and say that the dog was deemed unadoptable because of its aggression.
I never told anybody he was put down. I've been saying from the beginning that he never was even on the table to be put down. I don't even know where that's asking about Shadow, that he's going to a rescue, that he is unadoptable, and because he's aggressive, which he is aggressive. If you don't know you, he's a little chihuahua. He gets he's scared. He's a little dog, you know what I mean? So they said that he can get aggressive, so he's unadoptable, and to tell you guys that there's other animals down there that need to be adopted. And here's this bee's words, right? The other dogs may have not been owned by an internet sensation, but they're just as good nonetheless.
And she would continue to solicit money for Shadow even after he was taken away. Luckily, he was adopted, with one person on Reddit posting its official Shadow was adopted. What we call foster bill, when the foster becomes the adopter in the rescue community, just happened. It's one we all prayed for and our prayers for answered. God been so supportive, and for that, we're grateful. The TikTok streets are wild, and we hate jealousy or so incredibly real over a 12-year-old doll. Please continue to follow this new chapter of his life. His TikTok handle is Channel Talk. Again, thank you all for the love and kind words. And here's a video of the person that adopted Shadow. As you can see, Shadow's in good condition, cute little thing. And this is Shadow's official TikTok. Check that out. And also, here's a live stream of the person that adopted Shadow, and she has Shadow in her lap.
Yeah, and I was very much an outsider in all of this. We offered to help when Long Way Home pulled him to safety, and OG got him to safety. They needed a place to just house him temporarily so we could kind of, figure out the next step. So I jumped on board, not even knowing his story, and, after learning his story, it got just those few couple days that he was
Careful about what you share online because it stays there.
It's this app called Deep Search. If you go in, type in your name, and ask it to tell you everything it knows in detail.
On November 1st, 2023, officers were dispatched to a house after a woman trespassed onto the property, claiming it was her ex-boyfriend's house. She was drunk and acting erratically. Then officers arrived.
Hi. What are you doing? Oh, can you step out of the car for me? No, just leave it like it is. What are you doing? Having a moment? Okay. Okay, get ready. You by any chance? What's up? Stuff, yeah? Okay. Is this your car? Oh, okay. So, is this your friend's house? Max's house?
Show us something. So, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, she's still not. And look, okay.
next car. No, just shut everything off. Please. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just upset about the fact that I'm literally ending a relationship of 15 years. I got one of my best friends that has 20 years plus and is literally living in my home. Yes, that's where I lived, and I no longer live here. And it's been a limited period of time, and I'm just upset. And I am. I just. Oh my god. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. You're trying to figure out whether or not I'm actually able to figure out where I'm at. So.
Hey man, I'm Deputy with the Sheriff's Office. So I'm the one that's going to handle this case here. So I'll talk to Mr. Sweeney this time. Okay. I understand you guys had something in the past, alright? It's done, he doesn't want you there anymore. Alright? He's very respectful of your life. He wants you to get in trouble, okay? However, you cannot just randomly show up to his house anymore, alright? Otherwise, trespass, you get a restraining order against you. Things like that, so.
With that,
So, in order, I don't want you to have to get in trouble tonight, okay? However, you are a guest with intoxicated drive, so if you have some of them come and pick you up, so we don't have to take you down to somewhere. So, you have someone that can talk to you. Otherwise, this is what a harsh rap, you love intoxication, okay? You're not willingness to reason with us. There's got to be some kind of issue here. You have no reason to be here at this time. You're not giving us any responses to say otherwise. That is not an acceptable answer. You are not. They were just not trespassing. If I asked them if they were trespassing, so we're trying now. We're trying. No. We're trying. Hold on.
we need to go ahead. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. No, go ahead and tell Mr. Sweeney that if he wants to address it a certain way, that he can do that. And you know what?
You're trying.
No, actually I'm not, because I've got 15 fucking years dealing with this man. So no, go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and tell him. No, I don't give a. No, go ahead. Yes, you are 100%. 100% on this. Yes, 100%. I am. No, he can deal with this. And he can deal with it, and he can fucking choose. Oh my god, by the way. Oh,
Don't cause it.
no, it's okay. And I have pair of my shoes. He can fucking choose how he wants to fucking deal with it. No, he can fucking choose how he wants to fucking deal with it. Because, no, I know. No, it's fine.
So you have no other good job, and you are refusing to leave. Is that correct?
I am absolutely 100% using the fucking leave to start the fact that I actually, literally, yeah, no, I want my shit turned on. You're right. Thanks, sweetie. Oh, you're fucking 2 months sober. Oh, you're so proud of yourself. Fucking shit, man. Fucking 15 years. All I wanted to actually get my shit together. Tell me what
Only 1% of people can solve this puzzle. It helps to improve your IQ level. In this game, you have to clear the road. Find out.
When they got there, they say several people inside the home reported that 4 armed, masked men had come inside with handguns. They also say Hernandez's mother was held physically outside while the other suspects ran inside and ransacked the home, asking for cash and car keys. Deputies say a canine searched the home but came up short, and the suspects possibly left in the vehicle before death.
And the internet is feeding the fire at every step. What began as a single seismic robbery involving Takashi 69 has now snowballed into one of the most chaotic influencer debates of the year. At the center of it all are the island boys, two creators who can't seem to escape controversy even when nothing is officially confirmed. Their names have been dragged into countless reaction videos, live stream breakdowns, TikTok stitches, YouTube commentary channels, and conspiracy theories that connect them to the situation without any verified evidence.
So in the clip, you see the suspects kind of walk.
So it's Total Madness here. Everyone is up and getting ready. I have stuff to do today, baby. Baby thing. But a lot of people keep asking what lip liner I use. And I use Makeup Forever, Endless Cacao. I'm not a gatekeeper. Go get it.
frozen river of humanity. Maria Lima, 32 years old, pushed a wooden cart through snow that reached her knees. In the cart, wrapped in every blanket she knew, her 3 children huddled together, their breath forming small clouds in the darkness. Behind her, ahead of her, on both sides stretching to the horizon, thousands of others trudged through the same snow, pulling the same carts, carrying the same desperate cargo of whatever they couldn't bear to leave behind. She could hear the artillery now, a low rumble from the east that never stopped, like thunder that forgot how to end. The sound had been following them for 3 days. In Berlin, 900 kilometers to the west, Adolf Hitler stood in the map of the Reich Chancellor and stared at the colored pins marking Soviet positions. His hands trembled slightly as he moved them across East Prussia, but not from fear. From rage. They're running, he said, his voice tight, like animals, like cowards. The officers around him said nothing. They'd learned that silence was safest when the Fuhrer spoke in that particular tone. Every German who flees is a traitor to the Reich, Hitler continued. Every woman who abandons her home, every man who doesn't fight to the last bullet. Traitors. All of them. But the people kept running, because they knew what was coming. 3 months earlier, in October of 1944, Soviet troops had broken into German territory near the East Prussian village of Nemmersdorf. What happened there in those few days before German forces pushed them back became the nightmare that haunted every civilian in the eastern territories. When German troops retook the village, they found the bodies. Women nailed to barn doors, children shot in their homes, the elderly beaten to death in the streets. The German propaganda ministry documented everything, photographed everything, made sure every German citizen knew exactly what awaited them if the Red Army arrived. The propaganda was real. The atrocities had happened, and now the Red Army was coming back, not for a brief incursion, but as a tidal wave of vengeance. This time, there would be no German counterattack to save anyone. Erich Kohl, the Godlight of East Prussia, had forbidden evacuation. Hitler's orders were clear. The territories would be held. The people would stay. To evacuate was to admit defeat, and defeat was impossible for the master race. Koch had threatened anyone who spoke of leaving with execution or defeatism. He'd posted guards in the roads leading west. He declared that East Prussia would be defended to the last man, woman, and child. Then, on January 13th, 1945, the Soviet offensive began. 2.3 million Soviet troops, 6,000 tanks, 46,000 artillery pieces. They crashed into German lines like a man striking glass. Koch fled on January 20th. To his family, his valuables, his standard, and ran for the coast where he should wait for. Left behind roughly 2.5 million civilians with no evacuation plan, no transportation, no warning except the sound of Soviet artillery getting closer by the hour. The roads filled with Indies. Maria Lima had waited as long as she did. Her husband was somewhere on the Eastern Front, if he was still alive. She received no letters in 6 weeks. Her neighbors had been 2 days early. The woman across the street had left the day before. By the morning of January 20th, Maria could see the glow of fires on the eastern horizon, could hear the artillery clearly enough to count the seconds between flashes and thunder. She packed what she could carry, food for maybe 5 days if they would care, water in a little canteen that kept freezing cold, her mother's silver candlesticks, because she might need something to trade, her husband's photograph, the children's baptism certificates, 3 extra pairs of socks for each child, a knife, matches wrapped in oil. The card had been used, left behind when they took the truck. She found it in their barn with a note pinned to it. For whoever needs it, may God protect you. Now, 3 days into their journey, the card felt like it weighed. What is power? The real question is, how much of it can you handle? In the GNC, easy to believe it will use it. 25 GNC so tightly that stopping it trembled. People walked in a daze, their faces blank, their eyes focused on the back of whoever was in front of them. Some pulled carts like careers. Others pushed baby carriages loaded with possessions. The wealthy ones had horses and wagons, but the horses were dying, collapsing in their traces from exhaustion and cold. Then the wagons became obstacles that everyone had to flow around like water around stones. Children cried until they were too tired to cry anymore. Old people sat down in the snow but they could get up. Walking past 4 bodies that morning, frozen beside the road, and nobody stopped to bury them because stopping meant falling behind, and falling behind meant the Russians would catch you. At night, the column didn't stop. Couldn't stop. Because behind them, maybe 20 kilometers back, maybe 30, the Red Army was advancing. And in the darkness, you could see the glow of villages marking their progress like a line of beacons. In Berlin, Hitler received the reports and grew more furious with each one. The temperature dropped further, 30 degrees below zero some nights. Maria wrapped her children in everything she had, but her youngest left. They developed a cough that rattled in his chest. She could hear it even over the sound of thousands of feet crunching through snow. The sound that terrified her because she knew what it meant. Pneumonia. In this cold, with no medicine, no shelter, no way to rest, pneumonia was a death sentence. Mama, Klaus whispered, I'm cold. I know, Liebchen. We'll find somewhere warm soon. She'd been saying that for 3 days. She'd stopped believing it herself. The column passed through abandoned villages. Doors hung open, windows were shattered. Possessions lay scattered in the streets where people had dropped them, trying to lighten their loads. In one village, they saw a vehicle on the street, its keys covered in snow. Someone had tried to take it, then realized the impossibility and left it behind. The image stuck with her. A piano in the snow. Everything they'd built, everything they'd owned, everything that had seemed important just
A shop owner was getting calls from hackers trying to train her making when Ross couldn't reach her. They drove over. What, to stop the ball? Good guys did it again.
now abandoned and meaningless. Soviet aircraft appeared sometimes, flying low over the columns. At first, people scattered when they heard the engines, diving into ditches, trying to hide. But after a while,
Okay, Buddha?
Okay.
Good morning, beautiful. I love you. Not a word from you yet today. And the district gets further and further apart. But closer and closer for someone else.
Okay, Lord, what's up?
Nothing. You haven't wanted to pay me any attention up to now. There's no reason to start now just because I said something. I'm positive you did skip out on giving the piece of shit your attention, though.
Oh, see, I thought you were finally going to give a simple yes or no to my simple question last night. Guess that was too complicated.
Are you simple yes or no? That was closest to you in physical distance last night at your house during your little get together.
No, that's okay. You don't want to give a simple answer, so neither do I.
Of course. I'm sure I can guess that answer. That piece of shit virgin that you seem to want to spend more time with than me. But let me guess. It's all my fault that you brought him in. I couldn't get rid of him. Right?
Yes or no?
You want me to answer that? Then you need to start answering my questions too. Because you're so close to me, I fired up again, and all because of the way you act with him. Yes.
Well, for a guy who answers whenever someone asks him, you sure love to dance and make demands. Oh, so you knew I did what you wanted and told Rod what you wanted and you still had an issue. Go figure, right?
Another fucking bullshit. Better stop with that, J-Mate. The only one that's hurt us is you. Because you don't keep your friends away from us.
There is no us.
You know what my issue is, and I'm still not happy with your approach for the sake of them. Keep it up, J-Mate. I'm so for the one. So once you get this mistake, I was sure watched him. You would never be in because of your internet jackass.
Maybe it's because of you. No, no, no. Couldn't be that. It's someone else's fault. I have to work. Won't be responding for a while. Just in case you want to throw another tantrum over that again.
Get real, J-Mate. I try to get you to stay away from internet people. But staying away from internet people is all I want to do. Because that would mean you would have to take my feelings into consideration. And if you keep hanging around him like you're happy, then I'm just going to start drifting away. Because you've made the guy in front of me. And I'm getting tired of all the hurt he caused me. If he can't show respect for us, trying to get back what we had, and making it better, then I want him to go on. And can find someone else to do his little romantic fucking flicks with too.
You made him a friend. Stop putting this shit on me, you insecure man-child. Guess what, Lord? He's not an internet person now. He is a co-worker and a friend. You are the phone person. Should I keep saying that over and over? What would you say if Rod called you a phone person over and over and over?
You fucking met him in person, J-Mate. You could have met me in person a long fucking time ago, Bob. That was my fault, Reed. Not. Stop fucking defending him to me. Did you defend me to him? Because you didn't on the phone. Who was your loyalty to, J-Mate? Holy fuck.
Every day with this shit. Day in and day out of constantly having to reassure you of something I told you was to do. Day in and day out of being accused of fantasies in your mind that you present as fact when you have no clue what I do with my time. Day in and day out of having you bitch for me to stroke your ego and make you the only thing in my life. Not going to happen. Since talking to you again, you have bitched and complained about me ignoring you when I was working. Bitched and complained when I didn't give you every second of the day. Bitched and complained when I decided I'm going to have fun for a weekend. Well, my time, Jamie. My time. Fuck you. It's my time and I will do what I want with it. I know you will ignore all of that to talk about how Rod this and Rod that. The guy who says I talk about him all the time. But in reality, you are the only one talking about him. You can't shut up about him. I bet I know the response. Yes, it is your fault it's not in person. He came to visit me, not the other way around. And I have addressed that multiple times and for whatever reason your mind can't grasp that concept. Not to mention I planned a trip out there and you told me to cancel it. That's on you. I don't want to hear bullshit about how you didn't mean it or I could do this or that. You chose to say it. It's your fucking fault.
You have that fucking guy around you all the fucking time, Jamie. You told yourself that he would not listen to you telling him you want him, but you just keep letting him hang around constantly. Then that fucking ignorant little fucking romantic fantasy flick of his just really pissed me off even more. And I told you to rebook it the next day, so let's not go there. Here's a thought. Why don't you book a flight for the 20th? Then you can meet Sue also. And someone else will be here too. And you won't have your so-called excuse of being concerned about meeting the guy you were engaged to. Because that fucking guy is not coming here. And you knew yourself already that there's nothing to be concerned about. I know you probably forgot I told you this, but I'll put you first week next to Mom. And if that doesn't tell you how important you and your safety is to me, you need to reevaluate your thinking. And Sue already knows that I'm in love with you because I told her.
Congratulations. You did exactly what I said you would. Just ignored all of it. And kept pushing your same old bullshit. Bye.
Yeah, what the fuck ever? You fucking ignore every fucking thing that I say. You just come up with some stupid fucking bullshit to not come see me. And you know, excuse to stay right there with your fucking friends that have shoved your ass constantly.
Right. Had a ticket bought and you chose to say, cancel the flight. Feel like that part is lost on you. Why would I need someone who does that? Now you think because you didn't mean it. I will drop everything to rebook. Request time off again just because you pulled down from your tantrum. Talk about selfish.
Jake,